Good day, students. My name is Dr. Mrs. Okobe Florence. You are welcome to E-Class Learning. I'm your geography teacher, Ss2. Our topic for today is on agriculture in Nigeria, food and cash crop production. By the end of this lesson, the student should be able to explain the meaning of agriculture, explain the types of agricultural practice in Nigeria, state the importance of agriculture, state the problems of agriculture in Nigeria, and also be able to list the possible solution to the problems of agriculture. Agriculture is defined as the art or propagation of crops and the rearing of animals for man's use. In Nigeria, 75% of the total numbers of adults in the production are engaged in agriculture, with the aim of producing the needed varieties of crops to meet the needs of the country. Here we are going to look at the types of agricultural practices in Nigeria, where we have the subsistence agriculture, the mechanized or plantation agriculture, pastoral farming. We also have the crop rotation and the mixed farming. The subsistence agriculture. The subsistence agriculture is a system whereby areas of farmland are cultivated with simple implements to produce crops for the farmers' house needs. Due to this small nature of land under cultivation, the farmer hardly produces enough for exports. Under the subsistence system of farming, we have the bush fallowing and the shifty cultivation are the most common types. Like the case of the shifting cultivation, this is a system of agriculture whereby the farmer will plant on a piece of land. After about 2 to 3 years, he will move away from that land and search for another fresh piece of land to plant. After about a certain year again, he moves to another piece of land. He keeps on shifting from one farm to the other, farmland to the other. We also have the bush fallowing. Bush fallowing is another system of subsistence types of agriculture whereby the farmer plants on a piece of land, taking a period of about 2 to 3 years, he leaves that land and allow the land to be left fallow so that it can generate natural vegetation to bring back the fertility of that land. After some time, the farmer still goes back to that same plot of land after the land has gained its fertility. Another system of agriculture is the mechanized or plantation agriculture. This is a modern method of agriculture which involves the cultivation of crops on many acres of land for commercial purposes. These crops are grown on estate or plantation. It requires huge capital because it involves the use of machines to replace human labor in most farming operations. The mechanized system of agriculture also entails the use of plow for preparing the land, harrows, harvesters, etc. Examples where such mechanized system of agriculture is practiced in Nigeria include the Institution of Oil Palm Research, which is in Benin, and the Sapele Rubber Estate and cocoa at Ibadan. The system of agriculture we are looking at is the pastoral farming. This type of farming is carried out mainly by Fulanis, who drive the cattle across northern Nigeria in search of greener pasture. During the wet season, the herdsmen move their cattle northwest, while in dry season, they move southwest. This system of moving north and south with changes in season is known as pastoral nomadism. Looking at crop rotation as one of the types of agricultural practices. In crop rotation, this involves the continuous intensive cultivation of a piece of land. It involves the rotation of different crops systematically at intervals. Farmland is divided into plots, which are further divided into units, and each unit is used for different crops at each season. Mixed farming. Mixed farming is also one of the types of agricultural practices whereby a farmer combines animal rearing with crop production, whereby both benefit from each other, giving a symbiotic relationship. The animals benefit from the crops produced by the farmer, and the crops also benefit from the animal excrement, food and manure respectively. We are looking at the importance of agriculture in Nigeria. Some importance have been highlighted here on the board. 1. Agriculture provides the sources of food supply to man. It provides crops for export that earn foreign exchange for the country. It also provides employment opportunities for Nigerians. Agriculture provides the market for other industries such as chemicals, fertilizers, farm implements, etc. It provides the bulk of the raw materials used in the processing industries in Nigeria. 6. Agriculture provides clothing and shelter from cotton and timber, respectively. We are looking at the problems of agriculture in Nigeria. One of the major problems is the use of crude implements. The use of simple agricultural implements, such as cutlasses and hoes, instead of modern equipment, and the output will be low. Lack of capital. The resources of farmers in Nigeria is very limited, so they use little amount of money in production. Banks are often unwilling to lend them due to lack of confidence, as they cannot provide the bank with collateral. Third, lack of research. Poor transportation system. Poor transport system also poses constraints to agricultural development. Bad road network in Nigeria causes damages to perishable agricultural produce. What I'm trying to say is that bad roads, especially in the rural areas, the farmers in those places find it very difficult to convey their perishable goods to area where it's needed on time. Before getting there, some must have gone bad. We are looking at another problems, which is pests and diseases. Certain pests and diseases that attack crops and animals reduce the quality and quantity of agricultural produce. Poor storage facility. Lack of storage facility hinders the development of agriculture because farmers flood the market with their products during harvest, and after that, the products will be scarce because by then they must have sold off their produce. No storage facility to store them. This will also make the farmer not to have for future use. Constant droughts. Some areas in Nigeria do not have enough rainfall for planting, mostly in the northern part of Nigeria, where rain falls within 3 to 4 months. And in some parts, rainfall stops unexpectedly after farmers have planted their seeds, which at times makes agricultural produce to be low. The last is town attraction. Town attraction also imposes some problems on farming because it tends to decrease the farming population. In this situation, there is much movement of school leavers in the rural area, leaving for the cities, abandoning their farming activities in the village. We are looking at the possible solutions to agricultural problems in Nigeria. Loans should be given to farmers so that they will be able to expand on large scales of agriculture. 2, government should assist in the importation of agricultural equipment. Farmers should be trained to embrace modern system of farming so that they'll have the knowledge on how to use the agricultural equipment. Storage facilities should be provided. There should be provision for good roads network, especially in the rural areas, so that the farmer will be able to convey their perishable goods to the market on time. Provision of fertilizers, especially lands where nutrients are not sufficient. Active control of pests and diseases should be adopted. Provision of research centers for farmers. We have come to the end of this lesson, as we have been able to cover the objectives. I will use this assignment to know if the objectives has been achieved. Look at the assignment on the board. Define agriculture and state 3 importance of agriculture to man. State 4 problems of agriculture and solutions to your slated problems. Explain any 2 types of agricultural practices in Nigeria. Forward the assignment to the email below, indicating your name, your class, your subject and topic. Thank you and stay safe.